Hey everyone, today we're talking about Caitlyn Clark and the heated moment that has everyone buzzing. During a recent game, she slammed the refs over a controversial foul that's pushing her to the brink of suspension. And while Caitlyn didn't hold back, her coach had some advice. She needs to move on. But was the foul call fair? Let's break it down and see what's really going on. Caitlyn Clark, one of the brightest stars in college basketball, has made headlines once again, but this time it's not for her scoring prowess or dazzling court vision. Instead, Clark is in the spotlight due to a controversial foul call that has pushed her to the brink of suspension. In the aftermath of the game, Clark criticized the officiating, expressing frustration over what she believed was an unfair decision. Her coach, however, had a different take, advising Clark to move on and focus on the bigger picture. This incident has sparked a broader conversation about officiating standards, player reactions, and the balance between competitiveness and sportsmanship. This article will explore the incident in depth, looking at the specific circumstances of the foul, Clark's response, the coach's perspective, and the larger implications for college basketball and sports culture. Caitlyn Clark has quickly become one of the most recognizable names in women's college basketball. Known for her explosive scoring, deep shooting range, and exceptional court vision, Clark has consistently put up historic numbers. The Iowa Hawkeyes star guard has been a dominant force on the court, earning praise from analysts, coaches, and fans alike. Since her freshman year, Clark has demonstrated a fierce competitive spirit. Her leadership and drive have helped Iowa become one of the top teams in the NCAA. And she's widely considered a contender for National Player of the Year awards. However, with that kind of stardom comes intense scrutiny, and every move she makes is closely watched. This competitive spirit is what makes Clark such an extraordinary player, but it also fuels moments of frustration, especially when she feels that unfair calls or circumstances are holding her back. The incident in question took place during a high-stakes game that could have significant implications for Iowa's season. As Clark was driving towards the basket, she was whistled for a foul that many, including Clark herself, felt was unjust. The foul call, which was her fourth of the game, put her dangerously close to suspension due to accumulated fouls over the course of the season. Clark's reaction was immediate. She was visibly frustrated on the court, gesturing in disbelief at the referee's call. After the game, her comments made it clear that she felt the call was undeserved. "I just don't understand it," she said in a post-game interview. "We're out there playing hard, and to have something like that happen in such a crucial moment, it's frustrating." Clark's public criticism of the referees quickly made headlines, sparking debate among fans, analysts, and the sports media about the quality of officiating in college basketball. Caitlyn Clark's foul trouble has significant consequences for both her and her team. With the foul pushing her to the brink of suspension, the stakes couldn't be higher. If she receives another technical or personal foul in the next few games, she could be forced to sit out a critical matchup, potentially derailing Iowa's season. For a player like Clark, who plays a central role in Iowa's offense and leadership, a suspension could have a devastating impact on her team's chances of making a deep run in the NCAA tournament. Clark's ability to score from anywhere on the court, her basketball IQ, and her leadership make her irreplaceable. Without her on the court, Iowa's chances of competing at the highest level diminish significantly. This looming suspension adds another layer of pressure to Clark's already demanding role as the team's leader. She must now balance her natural aggressive play style with the need to avoid further fouls, which could affect her ability to perform at her usual level. The controversy surrounding Clark's foul also raises larger questions about the role of referees in high-stakes games. Officiating is always a hot topic in sports, and in basketball, where a single call can dramatically shift the momentum of a game, it's especially important. In college basketball, referees are tasked with managing a fast-paced, high-intensity game where emotions often run high. Making the right calls consistently can be challenging, especially when dealing with star players like Clark, who have a significant impact on the game's outcome. Referees are trained to be impartial and objective, but they are also human, and mistakes can happen. The question in Clark's case is whether the referees overstepped or made an error in judgment. Regardless of whether the call was correct, it highlights the delicate balance referees must strike in managing games involving high-profile players and teams. Clark's decision to publicly criticize the officiating after the game sparked debate. Some fans and analysts supported her, agreeing that the call was questionable and that referees should be held accountable for their decisions. Others felt that Clark's comments crossed a line, arguing that players should refrain from publicly criticizing officials as it can create a hostile environment and undermine the authority of referees. Criticism of officiating is not uncommon in sports. In fact, many high-profile athletes, including NBA and WNBA stars, have openly voiced their frustrations with referees. However, such criticisms can have consequences. In professional leagues, players who criticize referees often face fines or other disciplinary actions. In college sports, while the consequences may be less severe, players are still expected to maintain a level of professionalism and sportsmanship even when they disagree with a call. Clark's frustration is understandable, especially given the stakes of the game and her role as a leader. However, her public criticism of the referees raises important questions about how athletes should handle such situations. While Clark's frustration with the officiating was evident, her coach took a different approach. In the post-game press conference, the coach emphasized the importance of moving on from the incident and focusing on the future. "Caitlyn's a competitor, and it's natural to feel frustrated in moments like this, but we need to move on," the coach said. "We can't let one call define us or our season." The coach's comments reflect a key aspect of sports leadership, the ability to keep players focused on the bigger picture. In the heat of competition, it's easy for athletes to get caught up in specific moments, but great teams are able to overcome adversity and remain focused on their long-term goals. For Clark, the coach's advice is an important reminder that while the foul was frustrating, it's just one moment in a long season. The team still has the opportunity to achieve great things, and dwelling on past decisions could be detrimental to their progress. One of the most important qualities for any elite athlete is mental toughness. In high-pressure situations, athletes must learn to control their emotions, stay focused, and move forward, even when things don't go their way. This is especially true for star players like Caitlyn Clark, who carry the weight of their team's success on their shoulders. Clark's situation presents a valuable lesson in mental toughness. While the foul and the near suspension are frustrating, how she handles the adversity moving forward will be crucial. Can she continue to play at her usual high level while avoiding further fouls? Can she put the incident behind her and lead her team to success? Athletes who succeed at the highest level are able to compartmentalize their frustrations and remain focused on their goals. For Clark, this moment of adversity is an opportunity to demonstrate her mental resilience and leadership. Caitlyn Clark's reaction to the foul also highlights the balance that athletes must strike between competitiveness and sportsmanship. Clark is known for her fiery competitive spirit, which is a major reason for her success. However, in sports, there's a fine line between standing up for yourself and crossing the line into unsportsmanlike behavior. Criticizing referees, especially publicly, can be seen as a lack of sportsmanship. While athletes have every right to express frustration, they are also expected to uphold a level of respect for officials and the integrity of the game. Finding that balance is key, and it's something that many elite athletes must learn over the course of their careers. For Clark, this incident serves as a reminder that while her competitive drive is one of her greatest strengths, it's also important to maintain composure and respect for the game's rules and officials. As the leader of her team, Caitlyn Clark's response to this situation will set the tone for the rest of the season. Her teammates look to her for guidance both on and off the court, and how she handles adversity will influence the team's overall mindset. Moving forward, Clark will need to take her coach's advice to heart and focus on the team's future goals. While the foul was a frustrating moment, the season is far from over, and Iowa still has the opportunity to achieve great success. Clark's ability to lead her team through this challenging moment will be a testament to her growth as a player and a leader. Leadership in sports is not just about being the best player on the court. It's about how you handle adversity, how you inspire your teammates, and how you respond to challenges. Clark's leadership will be tested in the coming games, and how she rises to the occasion will define her legacy. The controversy surrounding Caitlyn Clark's foul is part of a larger conversation about officiating in sports. Across all levels of competition, from college to professional leagues, officiating is a subject of constant debate. Players, coaches, and fans often express frustration with what they perceive as inconsistent or unfair calls, and the issue of referee accountability is a recurring topic in sports media. In recent years, there have been calls for greater transparency and accountability in officiating, with some advocating for the use of technology, such as video replay, to assist referees in making difficult calls. However, no system is perfect, and human error will always be a part of sports. Clark's situation is a reminder of the challenges referees face in high-pressure games. While athletes like Clark may feel that they've been wronged by a call, referees are tasked with making split-second decisions that can impact the outcome of a game. Striking the right balance between fairness, consistency, and maintaining the flow of the game is a difficult challenge for any referee. The foul that pushed Caitlyn Clark to the brink of suspension is just one moment in what promises to be a long and storied career. While the incident has sparked controversy and debate, it's also an opportunity for Clark to grow as a player and a leader. Moving forward, Clark will need to channel her frustration into positive energy, using the adversity she's faced as motivation to lead her team to success. Her ability to move on from the incident, as her coach advised, will be key to her continued growth. For fans, the incident is a reminder of the passion and intensity that drives elite athletes like Caitlyn Clark. Her competitiveness is what makes her one of the best players in college basketball, and while moments of frustration are inevitable, they also provide an opportunity for growth and development. As the season progresses, all eyes will be on Clark to see how she responds to this challenge. Will she be able to avoid further foul trouble and lead her team to victory? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: Caitlyn Clark's journey is far from over, and the best is yet to come. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Make sure to turn on notifications so you never miss an update on the latest sports news and analysis. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay tuned for more.